Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Today I'm doing another look with the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. The first look I did use a lot of the apricots and beige, copper sort of colours on this side. So today I'm using the opposite side, which has more of the pinks and the yellows on it. And I've come up with this look today. So if you'd like to see how I did it, then just stick around. Okay, so I'm going to experiment today with using two of the P.Louise coloured bases. I absolutely love these. This one's in yellow, and then I'm going to use a pink later on. So I've only ever used them one at a time, and then just with like the normal Rimmel 1 or 2, which is a really light colour in the crease and above. But I'm going to use two of the coloured bases today. So I'm going to try this one first, the yellow, on a Zoeva concealer buffer brush. I'm just going to put that high up. Could possibly have put too much on there, and just buff that in that area, which is the crease, and right down into the inner corner there. Okay, so that's a fair bit of vibrancy already in that area. Now I'm just going to switch to the pink, and I'm going to use the P.Louise eye base brush and just see how this goes. So I'll pop a little bit on the lid, and then start creating the shape that I want that pink to be in. These colours are just stunning. I feel like it just enhances the colours that you're putting on your eyes. Okay, so those bases even by themselves look absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to go in first with Glory, which is that bright pink colour. I'm going to use a Too Faced All Over Shadow brush just to pack that colour in the crease. Now on top of that base, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to go in and just bring a little bit of that pink onto the lid here. And then I'm just going to go in with a MAC 217. I'm just going to go, with no colour on it, I'm just going to go over the edge of that pink. Okay, so that pink's on. Now I'm just going to go into that yellow. It's called Citrine, bright yellow there at the top on a MAC 221S. I firstly just want to pack a little bit of that on the edge there. And then just use the brush to blend. Now I do want to go back in with a little bit more concealer, so I'm going to use the pink on an Anastasia, helps if I take the lid off, Anastasia 3 brush. And just work that product into the brush, and I just want to go in and pop a little bit more, just halfway. And I'm just going to work that product onto the lid here. And I'm just going to go straight in, back in with Glory, and I just want to press a little bit of that over that edge. And then on my Makeup Forever 240 brush, what I'm going to do is go into Poppy, the top here, which is a beautiful pinky shimmer colour, but I am going to slightly wet my brush first up. I'm going to use some MAC Fix Plus. And I'm going to go in and pick up that colour on both sides of my brush and then just pack that on. Now if you've got wrinkles in your eyes like me, just make sure you do stretch your eye out and actually get that product right into those wrinkly bits, or you'll end up with lines through your makeup. I'm just going to take Morgan, which is a real apricot, very light colour, on a E40. I just want to go over the very edge of that yellow colour that we put in and blend that just a little bit more. I'm just bringing that darker pink a little bit further up into my eyebrow area here. Doesn't feel bright enough to me, so I'm going to go into Awakening, which is a shimmery champagne sort of colour. Just going to try a little bit of that just in the middle. I'm going to try some of that Awakening on the 240 Makeup Forever, and I'm getting a little bit more shimmer now. That's much better. Okay, so I like that now. I'm going to go in with Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Eyeliner in Pink of Me. That's a very, very light pink. And I think I'm going to go over this with some shadow to set it as well. So I'm just going to go in with that E21 from Sigma, the very small brush, on that pink colour, and I just want to set that pink eyeliner. And I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm just going to go and put a little bit of that pink underneath as well and smudge that. And then I'm going to go back into that Citrine colour, the yellow, on the MAC 221, and just blend that pink out. Just matching up with that outside edge there. Now I do want to go into that champagne colour, that Awakening, again on a Sigma pencil brush. I'm just going to put the tiniest little dab of that in the inner corner. Okay, so my lashes are on. That was a little bit of a battle. I do find if you put an eyeliner on first, your lashes do actually go on a lot easier. And if you're using a shimmer shadow without any eyeliner, it is a little bit harder to actually get those lashes to stick. And I do have a little bit of a watering eye again on this end here, and this one's just not sticking real well. So just in those corners where my eyes water, it is a bit of a battle. Now I did think that this is not as pink as what I really thought it would be. That palette, that Pink Glory colour in the palette, I mean, it looks really, really pink in there, and to me it looks a little bit more purpley on my eyelids. And I really wasn't that happy with that Poppy colour, which was that shimmer on that end. And when I went ahead and put the Awakening on, it just awoke my eyes basically and lit them up. So basically just using that colour underneath gave it a little bit more of a pinky sort of tinge to it, and then putting that Awakening over the top gives you that shimmer. So I do like it now. I did struggle with that Poppy colour. So I'm going to go and do my lips now. Rimmel lip pencils I absolutely love. They're just beautiful. Some lip pencils to me are just too soft or just too hard. This is perfect. It's retractable. This colour is... oh, I can't read it. So I'll pop it in the description bar for you. So I'll go ahead and do that. I've got to overline one side of my lips because this side is a little bit lower than the other. Look how easy that goes on. So that was easy. Now I'm just going to try a little bit of an ombre lip today. This is a NARS lip pencil. Beautiful bright pink colour. So I'm just going to do the corners. Now with such a bright eye, I would ordinarily do a nude lip, and I love it so much, but I think you're just sick of seeing me with nude lips, so I really wanted to try something bright today. Now that lip pencil glides on really easy too. That's beautiful. Now I'm going to go in the middle with a Too Faced Melted Matte. I'll pop the colour in the description bar for you again because I cannot read the colours. I need my glasses. So just a little bit in the middle, in the centre. And just squish that together. And you may lose a little bit of the lip liner, so sometimes you do have to go back over and put that back on. I'm just going to blend that a little bit more. So I'm going to go back and just pop a little bit more lip liner on. Now this is hard enough that it doesn't get caught up in the lipstick. And just a little bit of Tom Ford lip gloss, lip lacquer. I do like that lip. Now it is bright to go with the bright eyes, but it's something different for me. So I do like the look now. I was struggling a little bit there with that pink, like I said, that pink shimmer colour on the lid. But what really helps, I think, is just these P.Louise coloured bases. I absolutely adore them. And I always forget to do this. I don't know why. I used to always use setting spray, so I'm going to go back in with my MAC Fix Plus and just pop a little. Hold your hand over your eyes, because I really find you just don't want to upset anything that you've put on there. And just let that dry. So if you like the look today, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, click on the notifications bell so you're notified when I do upload some more content so you don't miss anything. Keep being the best version of you. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.